My girlfriend asked, "Why is there a two-way mirror in your bathroom?" I'd lived in that apartment for 9 months and never questioned the large mirror above my bathroom sink. It came with the place, already installed, perfectly positioned. My girlfriend Rachel was doing her makeup on a Thursday morning when she suddenly stopped and leaned close to the glass. "Babe, why is there a two-way mirror in your bathroom?" I laughed because that was ridiculous. It was just a mirror. Rachel worked as a stage manager for a theater company. She dealt with two-way mirrors and special effects glass constantly. She pressed her fingernail against the surface. "See that? There's a gap between my nail and the reflection. Regular mirrors have no gap because the reflective coating is on the back. This one has a gap, which means the coating is on the front. That's a two-way mirror." My stomach dropped. She was right. I could see the tiny space between her nail and its reflection. Someone on the other side could see through this glass into my bathroom. I grabbed a flashlight and pressed it against the mirror while Rachel turned off the bathroom light. Through the glass, we could see a dark space behind it. Not a wall, a room. My hands started shaking. Rachel called her brother, who was a contractor. He came over within 30 minutes and removed the mirror from the wall. Behind it was a crawl space about 3 feet deep and 8 feet wide, running the length of my bathroom. Inside were a folding chair, empty water bottles, food wrappers, and a spiral notebook. The chair was positioned directly in front of where the mirror had been. Someone had been sitting there watching me. The notebook made me physically sick. 9 months of observations written in careful handwriting. The last entry was from 3 days ago. Subject seems unaware. Maintaining position. Rachel starting to stay overnight more frequently. Will need to be more careful. We called the police immediately. The detective who responded was a woman named Alvarez, who'd worked sex crimes for 12 years. She took one look at the crawl space and called for a forensics team. They found fingerprints, DNA evidence, and something worse. A small hole drilled through the wall from the crawl space into my bedroom. Whoever had been watching my bathroom had also been watching my bedroom for months. The access point to the crawl space was in the apartment next door, Unit 3C. The tenant was listed as Philip Grantham, a 44-year-old property manager who'd worked for the building's management company for 15 years. He had master keys to every unit. When police knocked on his door, he wasn't home. They got a warrant within 2 hours. His apartment was normal except for one detail. The shared wall between our units had a false panel that opened into the crawl space. His bedroom closet had been converted into an observation room with a desk, computer, and charging station for the camera equipment we hadn't found yet. The detective called me that evening with worse news. "Grantham didn't just watch you. We found hard drives with footage from 6 different apartments in this building over the past 8 years. You're the latest, but there were 5 others before you. All single men living alone, all in their 20s or early 30s. My blood went cold. "Why single men?" Alvarez paused. "The previous tenant in your unit, Daniel Reeves, filed a police report 2 years ago claiming someone was stalking him. He said he felt watched constantly, found personal items moved around, heard noises in the walls. We investigated but found nothing. He broke his lease and moved out suddenly. 6 months later, he died by suicide. His note mentioned he couldn't escape the feeling of being observed." I sat down hard on my couch. The same couch I'd been sleeping on, changing on, living on for 9 months while someone watched. "Where's Grantham now?" Alvarez's voice hardened. "We don't know. He cleared out his apartment yesterday. Neighbors saw him loading boxes into a van. We've issued a warrant, but he's in the wind." They found Grantham 6 days later in a motel 3 states away. He'd been tracking my social media, knew Rachel had discovered the mirror, and ran before police could connect him to the crawl space. His laptop had folders organized by tenant name and date. My folder alone contained 1,200 hours of footage, bathroom recordings, bedroom recordings, audio from conversations I'd had with friends and family. He'd uploaded some of it to private forums where people traded surveillance content. My footage had 89 downloads from users I'd never be able to identify. The forensics team found his DNA in the crawl space matched evidence from 4 previous crime scenes in different cities going back 15 years. Grantham had been doing this for over a decade, always choosing buildings where he could get property management positions, always selecting tenants who lived alone. Grantham got 30 years, but 2 victims died before they knew their paranoia was justified.